Hey guys, welcome to this football podcast, second podcast. Today we have two really special guests on this podcast. We are going to do the preview for the FA Cup clash between Manchester United and Chelsea. So what we did, we are bringing you two of the biggest fan supporters clubs in India for Manchester United and Chelsea respectively. So you must be seeing there's a scrolling text going down. You can see Red Army Kolkata and Delhi Capital Blues. So we're gonna get one fan from Red Army Kolkata and one fan from Delhi Capital Blues to preview the FA Cup semi-final between Manchester United and Chelsea. So let's just introduce our guests for the day. Uh, we have Rohan from Delhi Capital Blues and Sogata from Red Army Kolkata. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're really excited for the game. I mean, it's a huge game, so
So, Sogata, how are you also excited about the game?
Oh, very nervous. I hope everybody's doing fine. And first of all, I would like to start by apologizing for the visual abomination that is my hair. I mean, it's out of control. I can assure you I'm not a Mithun Chakravarti fan. Um but keeping that aside, I mean, I'm nervous. It's a big game. It's a big team. Um, we have been over the last few years. We haven't won the FA Cup. I mean, we won it under Louis Van Gaal, but not
2015,
very.
2016, I believe.
Yes.
Uh,
So um, 2015, I guess. So it's been some time,
uh-huh.
and I would like to win it again.
Uh-huh.
We are one behind Arsenal. I mean, uh,
And number of
it,
trophies. Yeah.
it's
yeah.
yes, it's not good being behind Arsenal. I mean, so I would like to match it up to them. And yeah,
So
nervous.
we haven't still started the preview. I have one chat from Priyam Singh saying, as a Chelsea fan, I feel Rohan's opinions are trash. We haven't started yet the preview. anyways,
So
anyways.
I am not responsible for the banter, is it? They'll banter themselves.
Yeah, seems like it.
Anyways, so starting off the preview, the first question that I would want to ask both of you guys that how much does it matter being so we both are right now in the Champions League qualification run. It's going really great for both of us. But you know, FA Cup is one of the biggest cup games that we have in the world, not only in England but in the world. So right now, I see a lot of people talking about the qualification for the Champions League being more important to these clubs than winning the FA Cup. So just want to get a understanding, as in being a Chelsea fan and being a United fan, how much does it matter? See, we are right now at the semi-final stage. Even if one of the teams, whosoever goes ahead, has to play Chelsea or Arsenal in the final, and then we'll see whether the either Chelsea or Manchester United wins it or not. So do you think that this right now will hinder your qualification chances for the Champions League, or do you think that no matter what, this is FA Cup, this is one of the biggest cups that you can win, and we should go all out for this? Rohan, I'll start with you.
Well, I completely agree that, it is a 50-50 thing whether the Champions League is more important or whether the FA Cup is. So many fans actually feel that, the Champions qualification to the Champions League is
Hmm.
actually more important.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, silverware at the end of the season is also very important. So you have to keep both in mind. I feel like if we do prioritize this fixture and field a strong 11, I don't think it's going to hinder our run. If we qualify for the final, I don't think it's going to hinder our run for the remaining two games in the
Hmm.
league because the finals anyway at the end of those two matches.
Hmm.
So if Lampard's aware of the fitness levels of
Hmm.
the players that we have, and I think we have a good enough squad. We have a deep squad. We can rotate, and as long as everyone remains fit for the next three games and hopefully four, then I think we can qualify for the Champions League and reach the finals as well, hopefully.
Okay, so why I put this question first to you, Rohan, is because on papers right now the two games that you have after this FA Cup semi-final are on paper difficult than what Manchester United has. You have Liverpool at Anfield, and Liverpool hasn't been beaten in that ground for almost 2 years, 2.5 years now.
Absolutely.
Kind of picking up an injury at this point of time might hinder. So that's the only point that I would want to bring in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our fixtures aren't kind in any sort of way. We have Manchester United, then we have Liverpool, and then we have Wolves. All
Uh-huh.
three are big games for us. And to be fair, Liverpool did drop points versus Burnley at Anfield for the first time in forever. And like you said, an injury at this time would be very crucial.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I think resting either Willian or Pulisic, either one of them, hopefully Willian and hopefully Pulisic plays. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't mind giving Callum Hudson-Odoi a shot in this match
Okay.
because he seemed hungry in the last game, and we do need to rest some of our wingers because they're being played week in,
Mm-hmm.
week out.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing 3 games in 10 days or something like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
we do need to rotate. So I think some sort of rotation like this would be important for the upcoming game.
Okay, so Saugata, coming to you, like the same question, how much does it matter? Also, I want to point out that United has 2 days less, or sort of kind of 36 hours less time to rest for this fixture because we played this Thursday night, and then we have our fixture on Sunday, whereas Chelsea played their match on, I believe, early Wednesday, and then they are playing on Sunday. So, do you think that fatigue would be something Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to keep in mind? And do you think do you think that this is a huge game and we should put in our first 11?
So I'll start with a couple of things. One is Rohan, I would love you to beat Liverpool at Anfield. Even though it means that it's going to be a little tough for us to qualify for the top four, but I would love you to do that. And second is, I think that like from a fan's point of view, I think it matters more to Chelsea because they want to catch us up on the number of FA Cups. But all seriousness, I mean, all jokes aside, I don't think that it's going to be an issue. The thing that you said about the fitness, I think, as our manager has mentioned in press conferences, the team is upbeat.
Mm-hmm.
They are fitter than what we were last season
Mm-hmm.
at the fag end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, it's a lot of pressure, but I think the medical staff have done a wonderful job. We haven't had any muscle injuries as such.
Mm-hmm.
We have had a few knocks and all, but that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. That happens in these
Mm-hmm.
sort of games and all.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, again, it is important. As Rohan mentioned, silverware, of course, is important.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally would like our manager to go with the full strength squad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, effectively, there are 4 games left. Again, they will get some rest before the Europa League starts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the qualifying for the Champions League is important.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it is extremely important from a financial aspect as well as from the fans aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we do have another avenue for that if we win the Europa
Europa
League,
League, yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea did last season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an avenue, and on current form, I'm quite confident that we'll do well there.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, again, it's all up to the manager, but I feel that we should go with our full strength squad.
Okay, okay, definitely. So, as I can see from both of your opinions, it's more on the lines that this is a big game and we should, kind of field one of the strongest teams, if not the strongest team, for this match. Okay, so coming to the second question, Rohan, I'll ask you first. Who do you think is in a better form? So after the lockdown, both Manchester United and Chelsea has played 8 games each, with Chelsea winning 6 of them and losing 2 of them, and United also winning 6 of them and drawing 2 of them. So what is your perspective in this? Because the games that you have lost is one against West Ham, and the second was against Sheffield, I believe. Uh,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and for United, the two games in which we dropped the points were one against. I believe it's just one draw. If I'm not.
It was
Tottenham and
Southampton
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Tottenham.
So Tottenham,
Southampton and Tottenham.
yes, yes, one in Southampton and one in Tottenham. So yeah, so for Rohan, do you see Manchester United to be in a better form right now? Manchester United is 19 unbeaten right now. So do you think that would be something that Chelsea should be taking care of?
Yeah, definitely. I think since the restart, while the record between the two teams hasn't been that different with both teams winning 6 games, I think the level of performances have been better for Manchester United because I
Mm-hmm.
think they're playing at a more consistent level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Chelsea are showing very good signs of attacking football, but we need to be solid defensively. The
Mm-hmm.
day we defend well, we're definitely going to win the game because I have no complaints with going ahead. We're
Mm-hmm.
very creative. If we take our chances, we can definitely win every game.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing regarding form is that I believe that United, while they do have the better form coming into this game, going
Mm-hmm.
19 games unbeaten,
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Fernandes has been crucial to that, and he's been the focal point of their team since
Mm-hmm.
joining. He's hit the ground running, and he's been phenomenal. But I think United do, while they do have a deep squad, I don't think their depth is has immense quality in terms of, for example, right now Greenwood, he's been phenomenal the last few weeks, but I think in the past 2 games he's blanked, and I believe he's had a knock on his ankle. Same for
Mm-hmm.
Luke Shaw. So it is true that like Chelsea, United also do have some injury concerns,
Mm-hmm.
and they are getting fatigued. So if Dan James does play instead of Greenwood, it would be better for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
And same with Brandon Williams instead of Luke Shaw, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So I completely agree with the fact that the first 11 might be, the first 11 of Manchester United has a very good quality, and then when we come to the substitutes, the number of substitutes that we have, the quality is not that great. So what's your take on that, Sugata?
Um, See, first of all, yes, I agree. Bruno Fernandes has had a very good impact on our team. But again, in the last few matches, if you see the last 8 matches after the lockdown, if you
Uh-huh.
see one of the players that has stood out has been Nemanja Matic.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that to Rohan. Yeah. He's been wonderful. He's been the one who has been able to make the team tick. Uh, Pogba and Bruno Fernandes have been able to bomb forward, knowing that Matic is there to sweep up.
Mhm.
So he's been extremely important. And again, I feel that before the lockdown, when Pogba was injured and Matic was a little out of form, then we did have McTominay and Fred who were playing well. They were
Mhm.
not playing
Mhm.
badly.
Mhm.
They actually deserve a place in the squad, but because the team is in such good form, I don't think they're getting a place.
Mhm.
So again, I feel that we should go all out. We should
Mhm.
go with the first team that is playing right now, including Greenwood,
Mhm.
as much as Chelsea want Dan James to play. Um, but again, it's up to the manager. I mean, he in the FA Cup, he's made changes. Uh, Romero plays, Igalo plays,
Uh-huh.
Fred and McTominay play. So I won't be surprised if he goes for that. But personally, I want him to go all out.
Okay, okay. So personally, if I talk, I feel that though in this season United has defeated Chelsea three times, twice in the Premier League
yeah,
and once in the EFL Cup. But what I feel is in these types of games, the form and everything goes out of the window, and it's more on the line, more on the fact that who turns up on that particular day, because
Absolutely, it's a cup.
it's a
It's
cup game.
properly
It's a
a
cup
cup
game,
semi-final, right? It's
definitely.
always 50-50.
Okay, okay, guys. So coming to the third point, I would like to ask one of you guys, who do you fear the most in the opponent team? So United has couple of players who have been playing brilliantly. Even if I talk about Chelsea, they have couple of players who are doing. pretty good after the lockdown, especially Pulisic, if I want to include him. Rohan, coming to you, like, who do you think would be the focal point for Manchester United beating, Chelsea if that happens?
I think from a history point of view as well, I think Anthony Martial, considering the form he is in,
Uh huh.
he's always managed to find the net versus Chelsea, unfortunately. I
Uh
mean, even if he's having a dry run, if he hasn't scored for 5, 10 matches,
huh.
it's always Chelsea who he regains form versus. And currently, he's been scoring he's in free goal scoring form, and I
Yeah.
think he's going to be really dangerous. And our centre backs really have to be on top of their game,
Mm-hmm.
and any mistakes from them will be really punished.
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of the most dangerous, I guess.
Okay, so Anthony Martial. I was expecting a different answer, like a Bruno Fernandes or maybe.
No, absolutely. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, these are all influential players, but considering from a head-to-head point of view, I think Anthony Martial has been more dangerous versus us.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
while Bruno Fernandes has the ability to link up play very well,
Uh-huh.
if we do
Mm-hmm.
field a double pivot of Kovacic and Jorginho, I
Mm-hmm.
think we can effectively nullify him to a
Mm-hmm.
certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I do believe that Martial is the biggest threat in the United team.
Okay. Okay. So
So
Sogata.
he's more confident about his midfield rather than the defense. So the midfield can.
Absolutely. I'm more confident about every aspect of my team instead of except the defense.
So Sogata, so on the live chat, I have Shahryar saying that I fear Harry Maguire for United. What's your take on that?
Um, I don't think that it's going to be that big an issue. I mean, he's, it's not that he's not playing well.
Uh-huh.
United have kept a number of clean sheets.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and we have also heard that he had played all throughout with a
Hmm.
minor injury.
Hmm.
So as much as him being a defender on an individual level,
Hmm.
it's more of a captain's role as well.
Hmm.
It's more about organizing the defense as well because he's been the mainstay of the team
Hmm.
and he's been leading the team well.
Hmm.
So I don't think that that's going to be an issue. If I'm glad that N'Golo Kante for Chelsea is MIA,
Hmm.
and uh, coming to their forwards, if we talk about our defense, coming
Hmm.
to their forwards, uh, if Tammy Abraham plays, I think that it's it's it's. I mean, Lindelof can handle Tammy Abraham to some extent
Hmm.
when it comes to, I mean, aerial prowess as well.
Hmm.
And if they want to play direct with Giroud, I think that Maguire can handle him.
Okay.
So it's more. I think it's going to be a battle of the midfields. To be
Uh-huh.
very honest,
Hmm.
as much as the balls will stay in the midfield and the
Hmm.
ones who can play the short passes, the keeping the tempo up
Hmm.
in the midfield will penetrate the defenses.
Hmm.
Either way,
Hmm.
um, so I mean the players that I need. I mean I feel that United need to be worried of on the Chelsea side is one is Christian Pulisic.
Hmm.
He's been playing well
Hmm.
and he's been scoring as well.
Hmm.
So Christian Pulisic is there, but I think if he plays on the left hand side, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka will be enough for him.
Yeah, I believe that was my point because Pulisic has been playing great, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a complete shut in that right back area because he has done that to Raheem Sterling, who is one of the best left wingers in maybe in Europe right now. But yeah, let's just see how the game goes from there. Okay, so coming to the next point, which is the prediction for the lineup. So as the conversation has went through, I feel both of you are on the point that we have to or we should kind of bring in our first 11 or maybe the best 11 that we can have. So starting with Rohan, what's the lineup that you're thinking? What's the formation that you're thinking Lampard will go with, and what's the formation?
A classic 4-3-3 with an attacking midfielder, like a four
Okay.
two three one of sorts.
Okay. So, do you see any major changes in the 11 that played for the last game against Norwich?
I think we're gonna drop Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I
Mhm.
mean, he deserved some minutes against Norwich, and I think it was great that we gave him game time after a long injury.
Mhm.
But I think that Mason Mount will make his way back into the team.
Mhm.
He had a tough game in the previous match, but and was rested versus Norwich. So I
Mhm.
think he'll be fresh.
Mhm.
The game versus Norwich was actually his first game this season that he actually sat out in a Premier League game.
Mhm.
So he will be fresh now, and his pressing ability is um, second to none almost. And
Uh-huh.
I think Mount will be very crucial to us in that midfield.
Uh-huh.
And apart from that, I think Giroud will start,
Uh-huh.
considering Tammy's been all right since we restarted, and
Mhm.
Giroud's been scoring goals. Sorry,
Mhm.
and I think I hope to see Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Mhm.
Perhaps Willian could get a start, but
Mhm.
I think Callum Hudson-Odoi will get at least like a half an hour or something.
Okay. Okay.
And for the defense, I think we're gonna go with Rudiger and Zuma as a centre backs again,
Uh-huh.
as we
Uh-huh.
did versus Norwich.
Uh-huh.
I think both of them seem rather solid as
Mhm.
in comparison to Christensen, who's had a few good games and has made some
Mhm.
errors in those games as well. And I
Mhm.
think versus Sheffield also he didn't have that much of a good game. And
Okay.
hopefully, I think we get Alonso on the left back and
Uh-huh.
Azpilicueta on right back, and
Uh-huh.
Reece James might play versus Liverpool, I guess.
Okay. 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 So, Sogata, what kind of lineup do you see Solskjaer bringing in to the game, and do you see any changes from the starting 11 that we had against Crystal Palace last week?
See, I think that he won't change the team. I mean, winning is a habit. I
Mhm.
don't think that he's going to tweak with the team that is winning,
Mhm.
and he would want to lose that habit.
Mhm.
It's again, as I mentioned, it's a big game.
Mhm.
It's Chelsea. It's a big team,
Mhm.
so it has Chelsea deserve the respect
Mhm.
that we should give them.
Mhm.
So I feel that I mean, no changes as such from
Mhm.
the squad that played against Crystal Palace. Um,
Mhm.
I think Luke Shaw is out.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I
Luke
think
Shaw
Luke
is
Shaw
out.
is out. So yeah.
Even
So
Brandon Williams
either
has a
He,
blood eye.
has an injury. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I think Timothy
yeah, we
Fosu-Mensah
might
did well.
see. Yeah, he did well.
Hmm.
He wasn't bad.
So considering a
But I
right
think
back playing in the
I
left
think
back position.
Greenwood might not start again because
Uh-huh.
he was a doubt versus Crystal Palace as well,
Hmm.
and he was subbed off much earlier than usual.
Hmm.
And I think we saw Lingard play versus Crystal Palace, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
And so who knows, maybe what will happen.
Cool. So, to spice up things in this prediction, let's go for a combined 11 that we. So, how we're gonna do this is basically I'll give you three formations. You guys choose any one of the formations, and if we have a consensus, then I'll give you options for each position, and we'll see how many players from each team gets into the combined 11 of Chelsea and Manchester United right now. Considering the fact that we are not just seeing the players who are injured, we are seeing the players who are injured as well. So people like Kante, who is injured right now, and Shaw, who is injured right now, will be including them as well. So the
All
three
right.
formations that I have for you guys is 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, whichever you like, with two pivot and one attacking midfielder, or a classic 4-4-2 if in case you think that there should be two strikers. So what do you guys say, Rohan? Which formation you would like to go for?
Either a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1,
Okay,
which is
and
also a different version of a 4-3-3 at the end of the
yeah,
day.
exactly, exactly. So 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 with three midfielders works the same. So
Yeah.
for Sagata, do you agree with the fact that we should go for a 4-3-3 formation?
Yeah. I I can understand a 4-2-3-1
Hmm.
formation. I
Uh-huh.
mean, to be very honest, I can just give you Alonso at left back. Apart
Okay.
from that, on current form, I don't think I can give you. But
Okay, okay.
let's see.
Let's start. Let's start. So I'll start with Rohan. And the first position that I'll start it with is goalkeeping position. So you have two options right now: Kepa from Chelsea and David De Gea from Manchester United. Who would you
I
pick?
think you should include Romero as well.
Yeah, I believe Romero would be playing in this game, but I am just going through the best. 11 that we have, both the teams has. So there are chances that Chelsea might play their second goalkeeper. Uh, who's the second goalkeeper for you, Rohan?
A Caballero.
Caballero, yeah. So Caballero might play in the FA Cup in place of
I
Kepa.
don't think so.
In place of, I'm just guessing, but I'm just giving you to the best players that we have in certain positions. So for goalkeeper, I put in Kepa or David De Gea. So Rohan, who would you pick?
Oh, I would go with David there. I
Okay.
would give it.
No argument as
I,
such
I
from
won't disagree. Yeah.
Sogata. Cool enough. Let's go to the second position. That's the left back. We have three options right now. Sorry, four options right now. Shaw, Williams, Emerson, or Alonso. So Sogata, who would you pick?
Again, as I said, I can agree to Marcos Alonso on at left back. I
I
mean, Luke
would.
Shaw has been
I would
playing well.
rather. I would rather. I would rather play Aspilicueta at left back since we and go with Van Bissaka on the right.
Okay, okay.
Perfect.
Okay, cool enough. So I believe the right back and the left back positions are already sorted for us. Right back we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and left back we have Azpilicueta. Coming to the centre back pairing, we have got five options. I've got you Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Christensen, Zuma, and Rudiger. So let's start with Rohan. Who would you pick as a pair out of these five players?
I mean, I think Maguire would get into the squad as well, even though he's a leader. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
He's played well. He's been
Mm-hmm.
solid, but he does make those mistakes that at the centre back position does cost the team.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for Lindelof. In fact, all five of them.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps I would go with a Maguire and a Zuma. Perhaps Zuma on current form,
Mm-hmm.
considering Rudiger and Christensen haven't had the best of starts. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I would go with a Maguire and Zuma. Maguire is more of a ball playing centre back. He's good with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to come up to the half line and display
Mm-hmm.
the distribute the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Zuma's good in the air. So is
Mm-hmm.
Maguire. So we'll be safe in this team would be safe in corners as well and be a danger while attacking. So I think this pair would suit the combined 11.
Cool, cool. So, Sogata, do you agree with the fact that we're gonna go with
I I would throw another name into the hat.
uh,
He's played well against Chelsea this season itself.
uh,
Eric Bailly.
Eric Bay? Yeah. So
Yeah.
the
So
only reason I didn't add Eric Bay is because we haven't seen much of Eric Bay this season. And secondly, the game that he came on for, he made mistakes. I know that it was not his mistake, the back pass from Matic to him and then conceding the penalty and whatnot. Because I can very much see why Solskjaer brought in, Eric Bay in that game because Aston Villa was consistently targeting Lindelof on that game with long balls and everything, and he is not that great heading the ball. So again, if we start off with these five names, so do you agree with the fact we can go with Zuma and Maguire?
okay, I can agree to Zuma and Maguire because uh, the only reason I'm saying this, I think
Uh-huh.
Rohan will also agree that in the midfield and attack, you can have one more player maximum, I think.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Let's go
On
I
ahead.
wouldn't
current
agree
form.
to that
Let's
On
go
definitely.
current
ahead.
form.
Let's go ahead. So we can.
Even
So
in
it's
that
a
aspect.
so going to the three in midfield, it can be two pivot and one attacking midfielder, and even the two pivot that we have, one would be more box to box and one would be more of a deep lying center midfielder. So for the deep lying center midfielder, I have got you four options. Let's so Sogata just gave me one name out of these four: Kante, Matic, McTominay, Jorginho.
I would say Mate. I would say Kante.
Uh-huh.
On the again, not he's not playing right now, but
Uh-huh.
on the basis of the player that he has been,
Uh-huh.
uh, I can agree to N'Golo Kante in
Cool.
the
Yeah, he's
defensive
had a
role.
great start to the restart. Jorginho's been playing in that deep role all
Mm-hmm.
season, and
Mm-hmm.
after the restart, Lampard experimented and brought Kante
Mm-hmm.
back into a CDM role,
Mm-hmm.
and he did well. I think he stopped enough counters. He was very crucial in our game versus City,
Uh-huh.
and I think he played well. he's been doing well. He picked up a small niggle on his hamstring, but he should be
Uh,
back for the Liverpool game. And I agree with Sugata. He's definitely the man for that role in this team.
cool enough.
Yeah, so Kante and a Pogba midfield,
So yeah, I'm
just
coming
like
to
France.
Yeah,
coming
like
to
France.
that. Coming to that. Second would be the box to box midfielder. So we have got five options over there. We have got Pogba, Kovacic,
Do we?
Fred, Loftus-Cheek, and Barkley. So
Oh,
Rohan.
come on.
I mean, if you're like Sugata said, if you're talking about career-wise,
Uh-huh,
everything,
uh-huh,
but then Pogba does take the spot. But you've got to take into
uh-huh,
consideration the season that Kovacic has had
uh-huh.
for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm,
He's been one. He's probably been our best player this season,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and he's been one of the best midfielders in the league as well,
mm-hmm,
if not whole of Europe. If you look at all the stats,
mm-hmm.
and I really think he's got a shot at this. He's got a shot at that spot. And if you look at current form as well, Kostic had a great game
Uh-huh.
against Norwich. He was probably our only stand midfielder who actually had a very decent game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't. I think it's a very close call. It depends
Okay.
on which criteria you're looking at.
So Gata, do you agree with the fact? So according to Rohan, he's saying that Kovacic does have a shout in this team, in ahead of Pogba.
I mean, the only thing that I would say is I completely agree with what he said about Kovacic, but the only thing that works against him is he is against Pogba.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there should not be any comparison here. If you have a Paul Pogba in your team, he plays in your midfield in that number six role. We have seen that. We have
Mm-hmm.
seen him influence game on his own.
Mm-hmm.
On
Yeah,
his day, he's
definitely. But
unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. But those days are also
Few and far between.
less consistent in comparison to Kovacic. Kovacic barely puts a foot wrong. He's super consistent,
Mm-hmm.
and what he does is very simple, and he's very good at what he does. He's a ball progressor. His dribbling is phenomenal. He's very quick, and his tackling is very great. He's uh, able to track back players and get steal the ball, and I think he's more disciplined in that role in comparison to Pogba, even though Pogba shown some more disciplines after the
Uh,
restart. Many people were doubting him in that role because of Bruno
mm-hmm.
Fernandez's presence.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think he liked to be held back under Mourinho as well.
Mm-hmm.
But now with Fernandez in the team, I think he's doing well. But I still think it's a tough
So
call. I mean,
it's I feel that this kind of rift is coming because of the fact that we have seen Pogba in the last two seasons under Mourinho, and even in this season we he hasn't played that much, and he has just come after the lockdown. So we just have a very small data sample to judge Pogba on. But I feel that on his J, I know it's few and far between, but on his J, he's up there to be
yeah, definitely.
one of the best central midfielders, box to box midfielders.
Yeah,
Uh,
even since Juventus, his
yeah.
ceiling was phenomenally high. It was
Hmm.
very high, but
Hmm.
I don't think he's achieved those heights at United
Highs in
for
United.
a long period. It's only a
It
few games, and then it falls, and then again he's back.
it's
But
majorly
that's
because
why I
of the
do
fact
believe
that the
this season.
playing style in which Pogba was playing under Mourinho was something that didn't suit his style, I believe. But
Oh yeah,
I can totally agree. I believe we'll go with Pogba over here in the box to
I
box
mean,
midfield.
was that a dig? Was that a dig at Mourinho that he's played under Mourinho for 2 years? That's not good. I mean, was that a dig? I don't think Chelsea
absolutely
fans
not.
should agree to a
I love
dig at
Mourinho.
Mourinho.
I love Mourinho. I rate him very highly. He's a phenomenal manager. All I'm saying is that Pogba didn't enjoy playing in that number six role where he was
Mhm,
held back alongside, I think McTominay or someone,
mhm,
and I think Mata actually played in that central midfield role alongside Lingard, who was actually good a couple of years ago.
mhm,
So I think he's playing a similar role now, but with Bruno Fernandes, he's not having that to do that responsibility of also going forward and coming back. So he's staying back deep. He has another leader in the team. So I guess he's happier now in that
mhm.
same role. But again, going by the whole season in
Uh-huh.
comparison, I do think that Kostic pips Pogba. Same reason why I think Kante pipped over Matic because Matic hasn't played that much this season. It's
Mhm,
only since Bruno's come to United that
mhm.
Bruno and Pogba are playing alongside Matic.
Mhm.
Otherwise, Matic wasn't getting that many starts. It
So
was actually a midfield of Fred, McTominay, and sometimes Pereira or someone.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel right now our conversation is more getting focused towards who has played well this season over who is the best player in a combined 11. So I believe if we do it of the best player in the combined 11, I believe Pogba will pep over Kovacic very easily. But obviously, if we look into the stats of maybe the season itself, then definitely Kovacic has has a shout, I believe. Cool.
I mean,
We'll go ahead with the last position in the midfield, which is the attacking midfielder. I believe we have two options over here: Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount. I think that there shouldn't be an argument over here.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, definitely Bruno's delivered more numbers than Mount in less games, and I think it'll be a fair call. But
Uh-huh.
definitely, he's had having a purple patch. Let's see how
Mhm.
long it lasts.
Mhm.
So let's see. But I would
Definitely.
definitely not disagree with that. Although coaches probably did deserve the spot.
Okay. Okay. We'll go to the right wing position where we have four options. We have Greenwood, Willian, Petro, and James. Sogata, who would you go ahead with?
Again, the United fan in me would want Greenwood to play,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say since you said that it's a combined 11, I would say a Willian would get into the team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why Chelsea are letting him go on a free. I mean, he would have been an extremely good backup player,
Mm-hmm.
a player who would have been useful during injuries
Uh-huh.
to first team players if
Uh-huh.
he's not first team, of course. But I would say a Willian would come into the right wing.
Cool enough. Cool enough.
I mean, the yeah.
Uh, okay, so going to the left wing, I believe that would be the
No,
most
actually, I
uh,
would suggest. Can I say something?
yeah, yeah, tell me.
I would suggest that to rather play Pulisic on the right because he has that amount of fluidity that he can play on both wings.
Uh-huh.
And to answer Sugata about Willian, we've got Ziyech coming in. We have Callum Hudson-Odoi in our ranks.
Uh-huh.
We have Pulisic. The reason why Willian and Pedro both are about to leave, Willian wants a 3-year contract, and if you know, Chelsea's never really offered a player above the age of 30 a contract of more than a year.
Mm-hmm.
And the same reason why Fabregas ended up leaving Chelsea. And Willian was actually offered a 2-year contract, but he's asking for a 3-year contract, and there are issues right now. He's playing well now, so we don't know if he's going to get a contract. But like I said, we've got Ziyech now on the right, Pulisic on the left. Even if Willian does get a 3-year contract, he's going to be in a bench role, and at his age, I don't think he'd want that
So
with
I
not
believe
much
Rohan
many
is
years to
playing
play.
pretty smart over here, giving Pulisic a start in the right wing because obviously in the left wing we'll have Pulisic or Rashford, and on current form I believe Rashford would pep Pulisic, and overall
I
even if
mean,
we
So I can
that's also
agree to a
debatable.
Pulisic on the right
That's
hand side.
debatable. That's
uh,
also debatable, absolutely. But
uh,
I would love to have both of them in the team from the perspective of a combined 11 because
yeah,
both of them on wings would be very dangerous for any defense to handle.
and to just finish it off, I believe we'll both put you guys both will put Marshall in the striking position.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I believe so. I think Giroud does have a shout in this as well. In taking
Uh-huh.
into consideration he's a World Cup winner, he has
Uh-huh.
immense experience.
Mm-hmm.
Depending upon the style the club wants to play
Mm-hmm.
in. For example, Chelsea, since Giroud started for Chelsea, Chelsea has adopted a more direct style of play. We're
Mm-hmm.
playing directly to Giroud more often, who's laying it off for Pulisic, who's playing very close to him. So I think depending upon how you want to play with this team, Giroud is probably the best target man in the world right now.
So
Cool.
with Rashford and Pulisic both very dangerous players
Uh-huh.
and very fast, I think Giroud would do well in that role as well. But I guess Martial would be a fair shot.
So
Cool
just
enough.
to say something,
Mhm.
your argument for Giroud is because he's a World Cup winner, having not scored any goals in the World Cup, and you wouldn't keep Pogba, who is also a World Cup winner, but uh, I mean, I don't understand that. Pogba is a World Cup winner, playing, having scored goals and everything, but your argument for the same is for Giroud.
That wasn't my only argument. That wasn't my only argument. And Giroud was one of the biggest reasons why France actually won the World Cup because he allowed Griezmann to flourish and Mbappe, who were both runners who used Giroud as a target man. So that's all I'm saying. If you have
Mhm,
Pulisic on the right, Rashford on the left, who are both super fast, very good on the ball, great
mhm.
finishing, the target man of Giroud, like Giroud, would not hurt this team at all. He's a fair shout, definitely.
Cool enough. So that's the pretty, combined 11 for you, that you guys have come from. Now going to the last point. This is the last point that we are going to discuss the prediction on the score. So we'll just finish it off quickly over here. So Rohan, what's your prediction for the game?
Um, I think it's going to go to extra time. United have been better all throughout the season,
Mhm.
especially the first game. But I think we were very unlucky in the reverse fixture at Stamford Bridge. Two goals were disallowed, and I guess Maguire deserved a red card.
Uh-huh.
And in the Carabao Cup, Rashford, that free kick was insane. So credit to him for that,
Uh-huh.
definitely. But I think Chelsea have improved over the course of the season, and I think this game, I think Chelsea will take it home. I think it could be 2-1 in favor of Chelsea.
Okay, 2-1 in favor of Chelsea. So what do you say, Sugata?
It's going to be a tough game. I don't want to jinx it. I'm really nervous about it. It's really going to be tough. But there's been a 4-0, there's been a 2-0, there's been a 2-1. Let's go for an average 3-0 win for United.
Okay,
Very
so
optimistic.
the chats I can see a 2-1 to United. 1-0 to United, Bruno 90 plus 5 penalty, 2-1 to United, 6-0 to Chelsea. That's insane. 3-0 to United. So I believe 3-1 to Chelsea. Okay, so I see majority of the people going for a United win. 3-0 to 3-1 to Chelsea, 1-1, 5-4 to United. Okay, so we are having multiple score predictions over here, but I see majority of the people going for a 2-1 win for United. Cool enough, guys. Thanks for coming for this podcast. I believe you guys had fun, and
Yeah.
definitely we'll see who wins. We can do a preview for the a review of the end of the season, where everybody finishes. I believe United and Chelsea has a good shout, for the Champions League, and pipping Leicester City, who was like what
I
five
think this
five
is the
six
game.
points ahead of Chelsea after the restart, and 8 points ahead of United after the restart. So I feel that United and Chelsea would be finishing in the Champions League positions, irrespective of the fact what kind of team they are bringing in for the FA Cup. Let's hope that we have a great game ahead, and
Yeah.
we'll see you guys after the season gets over. Thanks for coming,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you so much. It's been
Thanks,
real fun. Yeah,
this was
and
really
all banter aside, Rohan, all the best for the game. And I really hope that we finish third and you finish fourth. So we both are in the Champions League because even the Champions League needs teams like us and not Leicester City. Come on.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I
If
do
we
believe that whoever wins I have this theory that whoever wins the FA Cup fixture is going to finish fourth and the loser is going to finish third. So let's see about that. It's like a law of averages sort of thing. But
That's fine.
good luck to you. I hope to keep in touch. And thank you for the invitation. This was a great experience.
My pleasure, guys. My pleasure. Thanks for coming. And we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Bye.